The real cost of being a creator isn't just money. It's what it does to you over time. In our last video, we talked about what's actually happening behind the scenes with money in the creator world, in the creator businesses, inconsistent income, taxes, no real system in place to manage it all. But what most people don't realize is that just doesn't just stay a financial problem. It starts to show up everywhere. In how you think, and how you make decisions, and how you feel about your business and your content. The first cost is you're constantly thinking about money, not necessarily in a good or a strategic way, in a low-level stress in the background kind of way. You may be asking yourself questions like, am I doing okay right now? Can I actually afford this? What happens if next month drops, or that brand deal doesn't come through, or the AdSense is lower than I expected, and it never really turns off. The cost number two, you become reactive in this, and so instead of making decisions from a place of clarity, you start reacting. You take on things you don't really want to do because the money's there. Good opportunity. I need the money. I don't know if I need it. More is good, more right. Or you hesitate on things you should do, because you're not sure if you can afford it. You focus on more of the urgent things rather than things that are really important. And the third cost is, you're kind of feeling stuck. And over time, you end up in this weird place where you're growing, but it doesn't really feel like progress. You're making more, but you don't feel more secure. And you start wondering, why does this still feel so hard if I'm making all this money? I have this great business. And the last cost here we talk about, is it starts to change how you see yourself. Instead of feeling like a content creator or business owner, you feel like you're just trying to keep up. And that gap, between where you are and where you thought you'd be, that's really what wears a lot of people down. But here's the thing. This isn't because you're bad with money. And it's not because, being a creator is broken, or there's something inherently wrong with this profession or business. It's because you've been trying to grow this business, which is exactly what it is, without the systems that actually support it. And once you fix that, things start to get a lot simpler, and you feel more in control and on top of things. In the next video, I'm going to show you what actually changes this and how creators start to feel like they're in control again.